Alrighty, folks, let's dive into things, shall we? Let me pop over here so you folks can see us. Hello, hello, and welcome everybody to Adobe Live. Today's a trick. Today is different.
Today is Tuesday.
Yeah, today is a Tuesday. We had to have a meeting with the board, and by the board I mean me and Cody dived into this stream like, what day is it? This is different. So we have some changes to this week's schedule, but we are still here doing Drawing the Blank. For those of you who don't know me, my name is VooDoo Val, and I am joined here today with my good friend Cody Bear. Cody, how are you this weird Tuesday morning?
I'm doing fantastic on this weird Tuesday morning. How are you, Val, on this weird Tuesday morning?
I'm doing sort of good on this Tuesday morning.
Sort of good.
No, we are very excited for today. I am especially excited for the prompt for today, which I'm starting to realize I say every time. Hi guys, I'm super excited for this. I'm slightly more excited than the last episode for today's prompt, but it really is going to be super cool. So for those of you who maybe have never joined us for one of these shows, maybe you don't watch Adobe Live on Fridays. This is the first time you're catching it. We're on a new day. This show is called Drawing a Blank, and we usually are starting off Friday mornings, our Friday fun day with this show. And basically what Cody and I do is we have a prompt prepared for you folks, similar to the prompts you can see down below our webcams that tell a little bit about us. And in each line of our 3-line prompt, there is an opportunity for you folks to actually vote on elements of what we are doing. Yes, I like we should make that the dance whenever we explain this part, the little so we're going to pop over and show you folks what the prompt is like for today. And if you would like to participate in giving us your feedback, because we're going to be drawing whatever you folks vote on, please head over to the Adobe Live YouTube channel, because that is where the polls will be posted so that you guys can get your info in. And if you prefer to watch over on Behance, I suggest heading over to the YouTube chat, popping out the chat with the pop out function, and just creating yourself your own little voting module so that you can participate with us. So let's pop over here and see what we've got going on. So our prompt for today is a terrarium world with crystals or mushrooms, ferns or Venus flytraps, and either a sparkly night sky or a toad friend.
Toad friend.
And this is, I was just telling Cody, this is a perfect prompt for the both of us. But we are going to end up with 2 very different illustrations for today, I think. So before we, well, I guess we can get our first prompt in to vote for right now, so you guys can choose between crystals and mushrooms. But I would also love to say hello to everyone, because we've got a lot of friends in chat this morning.
Hi,
Cody.
I know, the chat is popping.
Yeah, it's crazy. Apparently you guys are ready to party on a Tuesday morning, which is wild.
My favorite party day of the week.
Yeah, Tuesday morning. Tuesday at 9 a.m. is when I like to kick things off with a little crazy. So yeah, we got our prompt is in there. We even have our prompt complete with adorable little emojis. So thank you, Jack.
Yeah.
I believe it's Jack doing
I like that.
Yeah. But I see Keys in chat. Jack Watson also is hanging out with us today, moderating. Thank you so much. We've got General Kenobi. Hello there. We have Katarina, sorry. I think anybody named Katarina or Katrina has been called one or the other by me at some point. Alessandra, it's good to see you again. Welcome back. And I think I also see Peter Bex. Welcome in. Emily, Joshua, Oliver. Hello, hello. And then over on the YouTube chat, I also see Willifred and Ephroja. Welcome in, guys. Thank you so much. So, how do you think you will approach this, Cody? Because there's a lot of ways to kind of dive into a terrarium illustration. It could be like a little spot illustration. It could be literally like an object. It could be a sphere. It could be one of those geometrical, kind of terrariums. How do you think you'll approach yours today?
I am going to do a glass cloche. One of the like it's like a little dome, kind of like think Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
rose in it.
Ugh.
And I'm going to like make a little mound in the middle of the base, and
That's a
it's going to
great
have
idea.
the things in it. What about you?
I was thinking like a crystal ball type deal could be interesting, but then I was also thinking I actually have a little terrarium type
Nice.
deal in my office, and it's like this. I'm actually going to start a new layer and kind of sketch it. So it is a little circular hanging thing. So it's got like this little circular wire base, and then it has this hook that kind of comes out of the base. And over, like on the hook, is this little kind of pyramid type deal. And then the terrarium like hangs in space above the base. And it has, you know, like geometric faces on it, so you can like see through the glass. And I was thinking that that might be kind of an interesting approach to this. So if I put like a little hanging deal, almost like a hanging gemstone kind of,
Yeah.
that's hollow, could be interesting. But then I was thinking like maybe I don't need the base at all. Maybe I could just do the geometric piece like kind of sitting, because it doesn't necessarily have to be hanging. And for a spot
Right.
illustration, that might be a little odd to add all that extra noise. So I'm gonna experiment, and I think that, yeah, I think you are going with round and I am going with sharp, and it is going to surprise no
shocking.
one. Yeah. same wavelength.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that it's hanging. That's so cute.
Yeah, I might, like I said, I might change that it's hanging, only because I think if I do, because I'm like working on it now, where it's just the geometric shape. I think I
Right.
have more opportunity to showcase what's inside.
Right.
You know. So we're gonna see, and I can do like the little like ground cover, and I'll be able to do some stuff, and I can leave one side open maybe, so there's like, you know, plants coming out of it, or mushrooms, or whatever it is we go with. I could also, I mean, who says that mine has to be enclosed? Maybe
True.
there's like an apparatus, you know, like this container, but the top could be open. I don't have to follow any rules. Also, I have never been like more intrigued or like getting that adorable feel from just a little shiny in my life. But these shinies you have just put here are cute for some reason.
Jelly beans.
Yeah. I love it. It's my favorite. Let's see what we got for our first poll. So we've got 11 votes in here, and it looks like crystals are pulling forward.
Okay.
And I think you guys can have another couple of moments. I'll let you do that. I'm trying to like remind people that the polls are going before talking everybody's ear off and then being like, by the way, this is closing. So,
right.
You know, you have a couple of moments now if you want to vote on either crystals or mushrooms to add to our terrarium, and then we will move on to letting you choose between ferns and Venus flytraps. However, folks, we might end up adding bonus elements to this, because you might not get out of here without a VooDoo Val mushroom of some sort, you know, even though it looks like crystals are winning.
Some things we just can't change, you know?
Yeah, and especially you with the things that you choose when you put the prompt together, because we kind of trade off sometimes, or, you know, sometimes Codi will have like more ideas than I do, so she'll be like, there's like 3 prompts that we have on our little list. And Codi always chooses like the cutest things to put on there, and I'm like, do we really have to choose? Do we really have to only do one? All right, I think crystals have won. I think
Okay.
it's definitely going to be a crystal theme here, or at least one main feature that involves
Yeah.
crystals. And then we'll go ahead and close that poll, and we'll get the next poll going. So this is a terrarium world with crystals, and then the possibility of ferns or Venus flytraps, folks. Let us know what you're thinking. I'm also trying to figure out, like, it looks like you're kind of doing a similar point in yours that I'm doing in mine.
Hmm.
It's just like, what is the ground cover? Like, what are we?
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, like is it like I'm thinking it's kind of just like a mini world basically, just like a little island in
Hmm.
this space,
Yeah,
like a mini environment. I mean, that's what a terrarium is.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out, like, do I make, because I have some space in mine where I could do some cool, I mean, maybe you could do this too if you think it's an interesting idea, but like, you know how when people like harvest igneous rock and like do like coring and stuff, there's always those like lines of different volumes and of like sediment stacked
Yeah.
on top of each other, and you see it a
Yeah.
lot in
Mm-hmm.
like
I
desert
love that.
illustrations.
So
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
it's so cool. It's like a great opportunity to mix some color into, like, instead of just like the ground is brown, you can have shades of orange and red,
Yeah.
and
So true.
so I feel like we could kind of do an interesting thing like that if you could see the ground through the glass,
Right.
and maybe with my design more so than yours, but you still, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you can put, like, you're doing like this straight up super cool rock formation in it, whereas mine doesn't really allow for something that majestic in the center. um so this is really cool. Let's see. Succulent plants work well in terrariums. Yes, indeed, Peter
Yeah.
Becks. I don't have any plants. When I moved, I left my plants with my mother to take care of my plant
Mm.
babies, but I'm in the process of figuring out what kind of plants I want in my new place now. And I am very partial to succulents. Do you keep any plants?
I have a pothos. I've had lots of plants in the past, but I have a pothos right now just because
Mm-hmm.
they're really easy to take care of. They don't need a ton of water. And I also like cactuses. My husband grew up in
Yes.
Arizona for the most part, so
Mm.
we are partial to like western, like southwestern stuff.
Yeah.
So I plan on getting some cactuses, and I'm also growing cactus from seed right now too.
Oh,
So
how
yeah.
interesting.
They take a really long time. It takes like a year for them to get an inch tall. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow,
Cactus
that's
are really
awesome.
slow growing. Yeah.
I used to keep a greenhouse, and I'm kind of interested in getting back into that,
Mhm.
because it was really cool to be able to, like, I had like a salad bar growing,
Mhm.
so that I could like um, have fresh greens and stuff all the time. But it was
For sure.
really awesome to be able to like grow herbs. I really like growing herbs and things. But
Yeah.
I also like like more decorative plants and stuff, like the
Mhm.
succulents, like a cute little cactus, little chunky cactus.
Yeah.
And I also really like hanging plants,
Yeah.
like some kind of vine-esque thing that can like hang down a wall or something.
Yeah.
Pretty partial to that sort of thing as well. I kind of want to do like your standard crystal formation, but I also am wondering if like it could be interesting to have like a geode or something.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, because I'm thinking, like, what would I put? Because I have a collection of crystals and things
Mm.
that I've collected over the years, and some of them are like crystal points,
Mhm.
but then some of them are like, um, I'm sure it shocks nobody that I really love amethyst.
I love amethyst too.
It's such a good stone.
Yeah.
And I feel like it can be fun and magical looking, but it can also be like really like clean and classy. You know,
Yeah.
amethyst jewelry and amethyst knickknacks are
Yeah.
close to my heart. But I have like raw amethyst, like still attached inside portions of the geode, and it's
Yeah.
it's really a cool look. So that could be a possibility for this. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. All right, let's see what we've got. We've got 11 votes in, and ferns are beating Venus flytraps. We're going to let you folks take a few more moments to cast your final votes. And if you are just tuning in and you're wondering where you can vote, if you're over on the YouTube chat, you will probably see that there is a poll up above the chat. And if you were on Behance, I suggest heading over to the YouTube channel and popping out the chat and make yourself a little voting module so you can keep up with interacting with this prompt. And let us know, do you want us to add ferns to the design or Venus flytraps to the design? I feel like we can also, like ahead of time, kind of make some plant formations as well. So
yeah,
I might do that after I'm kind of trying to set up the glass case, so to speak, of this terrarium real quick. Also, quick tip, I'm using the brush to do this, and a lot of times when I do like hard surface stuff, I am using like the polygonal lasso tool, and we will almost certainly get into that. But right now I'm literally just holding shift and tapping my brush around on my canvas to just build out that line work.
Yeah, that's smart.
It's a pretty quick and easy way to get stuff just down on the canvas, and I think it needs to be cleaned up, but sometimes if you do it well enough, you don't actually have to clean anything up. Because it can get pretty accurate. And I'm kind of partial to this look that kind of gives the vibe that it is not totally perfect. I don't think it needs to be perfect. Kind of like having like off shapes. Let's go ahead and bring this around.
I've never really drawn crystals, so I didn't know how this was gonna go, but
those are pretty cute.
I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
I would be proud to have those, or to have drawn those. I would love to know what everybody's favorite stone is, honestly. Do folks in chat have a favorite stone or favorite crystal, or do you guys know your birthstones?
My birthstone is an emerald.
Mine is a sapphire. September babies. Miss Melanie, welcome in. It's good to see you. Miss Melanie says hello to both of us. It's great to have you with us. It looks like Ferns has won, by the way. I think we could probably close Ferns and start our new poll, which would be a sparkly night sky or a toad friend. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I see Odarius jumped into the chat,
Hey,
and so has Jeff Miller. Good to see you. Key says, Val, what do you think about wisteria flowers? I love them. Those are the ones that hang, you know? I think they've always been like really beautiful flowers to me, but I am a nerd and I watch Demon Slayer, the anime, and they're of some serious significance in that anime. So I think they're double cool, honestly, now, because they ward off the bad vibes, you know.
My mom actually had wisteria in our yard. Growing up. So yeah, it was really pretty. I always liked wisteria.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that would be a really fun plant to keep. I there's a few plants that kind of like fit in the same category to me mentally, and that is like, you know, those that are like larger than life, like really big, bold, presentation kind of plants. And another one of those is like the passion flower. It's like
Yeah.
this huge...
Oh yeah, my mom had those too. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're
that's
so cool.
good. And they're like, honestly, they're kind of like alien flowers, really.
Yeah.
I
seriously.
just think they're so neat. All right, I think honestly this is a pretty good shape for my terrarium. I don't think I'm gonna mess with it any further than that, just so we can I can move on. Yours is great, and it does have like that Beauty and the Beast vibe, like that dome icon.
Cloches. Yeah.
Yes, but you're like, it's Codi Bear flair, and I am living for the wood texture that you have put on as well. And it has like the way that you've done the crystals is like this like climbing explosion, which is just awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Third poll is up. Oh, and we have emojis on this one too. You guys are, this is...
I'm liking the poll emojis,
yeah.
I gotta say.
Oh, and what do you know? 75% so far for Toad Friend.
Everyone wants a toad friend.
Yeah. Shocking nobody, Adobe Live votes for a strange little guy.
Right.
I think maybe I want to take the crystals out of my terrarium for a moment, because I kind of want only the line art for my enclosure on its own layer, and then I'll put stuff in for the other later.
Yeah.
I need to kind of formulate in my brain how this illustration is going to work in practice and not, you know, in theory or concept. So if I have this, because I think I've said on a million of these episodes, I like drawing organic shapes. I do not like illustrating hard surface items. And then I'm like,
dude,
but what if I made the whole thing hard surface items? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 2 layers. One that's just the line frame for what's in front of the terrarium items, and then one that's in the back, and then some semi-transparent layers that make up the glass, and I'll illustrate stuff in between those.
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe. So let's go ahead and make a new layer, and I will grab my polygonal lasso tool now. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some crazy, as I am sometimes want to do. And I am not going to worry about these being symmetrical, because that's no fun.
It looks more hand done when it's not. It's rustic.
It is. It's stylized.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and put that there. You ever sing your illustrations into existence? I'd be doing that a lot. I'd be worrying people around me with how often I speak to inanimate objects while I paint, honestly. Okay. And I'm just, for those of you who are not familiar or not used to using the polygonal lasso tool, I kind of made my shape, and then I'm just holding Alt to subtract from it, so that I can cut out the pieces that I don't want showing. Otherwise I would end up with like this big ol' shape, which I don't want. I just want this. And I'm thinking, do I want it to be gold or do I want it to be iron? Maybe gold. I think gold is probably the way to go, honestly. Let's go ahead and make a clipping mask. Make that smaller. Okay. I'm not above indulging in fancy handbag keys. Oh, whoa! They're arguing about purses in the chat, and I'm. Hold on, I gotta scroll back.
How did that happen?
I don't know, but I'm gonna scroll back and read the tea. What?
What did we miss?
They're all okay. They're talking about being their birthstones. Joshua's also a sapphire, amazing. Odari says he loves crystals, and I know that to be true. Joshua says I'm partial to quartz crystals, and then they all start talking about the fancy friends they like. Sorry, but Toad Friend is a no-brainer. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, okay.
And then all of the fancy things they like, and then I think they ended up on purses. Which that tracks. That tracks. Talking about Froggos, yes, we do love Froggos in the chat. Happy little crystal, dab stylus, yeah, then we are in Bob Ross mode for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. And I believe that Toad Friend has definitely won, so I think that it's safe to just go ahead and close that. I don't think we need to deliberate on it anymore.
I need to figure out where I'm gonna put him.
Same.
You know what? I know exactly where I'm gonna put him. I didn't leave this spot on purpose, but he's gonna live there now.
And now, I mean, we also get to choose, like, what kind of Toad Friend are we going for here? Like, are we going for a long boy, or are we going to a cozy little chunk?
Uh-huh.
You know, there's a lot of Toad Friends that you can choose from, you know. There's a spectrum of Toad Friends, all of them adorable, all of them perfect, but many very, very different from one another. Let's do, oh, there we go, yeah. I'm gonna do, like, even brighter than that. I need to hit this with the glow. Also, I should probably keep track of our time. What time is it?
Time. We have time limit.
We are not even halfway through this stream.
Woo!
Which means that the next time I look at the clock, we are gonna have 4 minutes left of the stream. Also, that is a perfect place to put the frog.
I think I'm gonna change his pose a little bit, but yes, he's just chilling on the rock.
He's adorable. What's his name?
Oh, chat, what's his name?
Yep.
Give me a name.
Please, chat. We have to always name our buddies. Yeah. Help us, chat. You're our only hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Bonus poll. Okay. There's a bonus poll. Let's see.
Long chunk, long boy, cozy chunk, wide.
Wide in parentheses. Yeah. Clarification. Long boy needs no explanation, but cozy chunk, that's fair. I'll let you guys vote. I mean, Cody's got hers in, and I think he's perfect, but I haven't put my guy in there yet. So you guys all definitely follow the bonus poll.
I think I'm only capable of drawing a cozy chunk wide.
That's cozy chunk wide. That's fair. That's fair.
Dude, I love your gold rendering. Oh my gosh, I just looked over at it. Oh, that's so pretty.
Thanks. I just chose a few different shades of like brown. And then I just kind of tried to think like, okay, how is the light like sort of hitting this? How is it going? And then I figured if I just put like some like a mid-tone and then
Mhm.
hit the underside of all these little pieces with a dark brown, and then
Mhm.
like a light brown on top, it would start to kind of shine. I was looking for
Yeah.
that, like those things you see like in like Target in the decor
Yeah.
center. That's what I was going.
Totally.
I'm pretty sure that's where I got my terrarium that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, gold can definitely be a tricky thing to render.
Yeah. And I feel like sometimes I'm very hit or miss with how I achieve gold. All right, now I'm gonna take my polygonal lasso tool, and I am going to do this once again in the back here, and I'm gonna make the dirt.
The dirt.
The dirt. And then I'm gonna put the bars on the other side of the terrarium, like behind it. So let's go ahead and do... Does the dirt have to be dirt colored, or is this an opportunity for purple?
It could be just like tinted purple. Like it could be like kind of like a cool tone on the inside, like almost like an underdark kind of like purple and blues and stuff like that.
I'm thinking we could do like, let me go ahead and deselect. I've just like dropped a little bit of purple in this, and I'm thinking if I take my brush and I grab like, okay, there's purple in here. Now maybe we cruise into like some red. I can start to like just make the purple into one of the swirls of kinds of dirt, and then I can come in with like a lighter color if I want to, and add some lines. Maybe add. Hold on. There we go. I clicked the wrong. I'm still getting used to the new hotkey for creating clipping masks.
Yeah.
This kind of throws me off every once in a while. But like, if it's just one of the little weird little swirls of earth that I add in here, then I can have like some highlight purple. I can come in with something that's like closer to gray and kind of blend it into maybe some stones. There could be some stone in here. And then grab some actual dirt color after all. And I think, so I'm also kind of like just eyeballing this. And I'm thinking, I don't actually have to, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to go get a color palette. And sometimes I choose color palettes right off the bat, and I do a really good job. And then sometimes I really don't, like it just doesn't come to me the way
doesn't
that
work.
Yeah. But I'm realizing like I need to stop beating myself up for not being able to do that right, because at the end of the day, if I want to, I can do what I want. First of all,
right? Yeah.
But then also, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna hit this with liquify, and I'm gonna blend these colors like together a little bit better, and then I'm just gonna use an adjustment layer.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
To like, like color
idea.
balance. Why not? So if I open my liquify here and I decide I'm gonna make my brush small, and I just want to like make this look really smooshy.
Smooshy.
Professional technical term. Yeah. Smooshy. Okay. Yeah. Kind of like it. It kind of looks like
nice.
when you make those things that's just like different layers of colored sand. You
Yes.
know, that's what it
Oh
looks like.
yeah, totally. Oh yeah,
So
that's really cool.
yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
Oh, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that.
Copyright, copyright.
Oh no! See, we wouldn't have copyright struck you, except you sang it so perfectly.
Yes.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to make this a smart object. That thing that's clipped.
That's smart.
Because I want to just go ahead and go like image adjustment and color balance.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to turn it off if I want to, but it's a clipping mask, so I can't like clip to it. If, you know, like I can't clip to a clipped mask. But first of all, sometimes what I do actually first is do the auto tone, auto contrast, because sometimes it actually hits pretty well. So like the auto contrast honestly was good. Auto color is a little meh, but if I do auto contrast, it kind of brightened that up a little bit, and then I'll go in and do like image adjustments, color balance, and then I think I definitely want it to be a little more reddish, maybe a little more purple. Let's go into shadows. Can we do preserve luminosity? Yeah, let's do preserve luminosity. I think I want the shadows to be more brown, like get some more red and brown in there. I think that would be a good idea. And then let's go to highlights, and the lightest parts, I think, it's less purple than I thought it would be. But what I can do is I can do a purple filter over it later, once all of these colors start to like really look good together. Like I just want to kind of blend them, make them feel like they belong. That's good enough for me. Let's go ahead and do that. And then new layer over top, and I'm going to grab a purple that I like, something I might like to add, something like a dusky, you know, powdery lavender.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to use a blending mode. Let's go ahead and see what we can come up with here. Maybe.
Oh yeah, I love those colors. That looks awesome.
Thank you. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it muted like that. I kind of muted over top with purple. So, and then with my brush, I can grab like this color, which is dark. We'll get like a darker color, and I'm gonna come in here and just kind of blend it and make it look like maybe the edges of the terrarium itself are like kind of clouded, you know, because after dirt is in a terrarium for a while, it kind of has like those moments in the edges.
Yeah.
That looks like dirt in there to me. Something that, you know, was overlaid.
That looks like dirt.
That looks like dirt to me.
But in a good way.
I want you to know, I don't know if you noticed this, but Cozy Chunk Wide received 100% of votes.
Of course it did.
Yeah. Shocking nobody.
Although I will say, I know this wasn't technically the prompt, but Long Boy as a snake wrapping around everything would have been really cool too.
That would have been amazing. If you folks are creating terrariums at home for this challenge, if you are designing with us, doing anything at all, please do a Long Boy for us.
Yeah, please do that.
Yeah. How are we doing on time? We are coming to the end. I can't believe I broke the curse. I checked it before we have, you know, no time left. I'm gonna go ahead and add these things back here behind. And I'm gonna make this an even darker color, just so that those are there. Maybe we'll, you know, lighten it up in some places, but I think deselect. Perfection. Yeah, all right, now I can actually add the stuff that I've been supposed to be adding this whole time. Our crystals and whatnot.
And whatnot.
I'm gonna call this dirt. I'm gonna group everything real quick. Dirt. Back. I'm gonna lump all of my sketches together. I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call it frame, so I know what that is. And now we are going to illustrate. Okay. Bro, you've got like a whole world going in there, man. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Yet again, like painting the exact same thing, and yet we end up with like nothing.
Completely different, yeah.
Yeah, like totally
crazy.
different.
That's the fun part about this show.
Yes. Let me look. Is Odari taking off? It's good to see you, Odari. I guess Val knows so much about purple, puts on sunglasses. She could be a motivational speaker. I am impressed and also in pain.
Impressed and disgusted.
Yes. Oh man. Paul Weaver, welcome in. It's good to see you. Afrosia said, I don't know about Cozy Chunk. Is it a cat? Yes. Also. Yeah. Is Cozy Chunk cat or frog? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
To both. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna grab, let's do polygonal lasso tool again. Let's do crystals. I want some of this blue, I think. You know, some of this purpley. Let's duplicate that, and we're just gonna make this kind of stick out here. Make this one. We're gonna make this crystal a cozy chunk as well.
Oh,
sometimes crystals are cozy chunks too.
Yeah.
No.
Don't want them to feel left out.
No. Let's go ahead and put some dark. We're gonna have this just sticking out the side. We're gonna let you be pink, I think.
You doing pink crystals?
I think so.
I did kind of like orangey pink crystals.
That's a good vibe. Yeah. I'm into it. And I would put more detail, I think, in this if I wasn't trying to rush and get this in. But I'm trying to just like do as much as I can so that I can at least have a cluster of crystals, a fern, and a little chunky guy in here before we take off. And I'm just doing the same thing that I've been doing, like with the polygonal lasso tool. It's just like making a shape and then coming in later and like making that shape make some kind of sense.
Totally.
And then now I think I can grab like a almost, not white, but like a super bright color. And if I hold shift, on this one, I think I can come in and make some little crystal faces. Maybe not that stark, but pretty close. Good enough. We'll group those. those crystals.
Is that rose quartz?
Ah,
Yeah, probably. I really like rose quartz. That's one of my favorites too.
same. And if you are somebody who subscribes to the hidden meanings behind rose quartz and amethyst and all that stuff, rose quartz is symbolic of like friendship and strong relationships. It's a good gift to give to a buddy. Put some dirt there. Okay, we got our crystals in there. Let's do a fern. Little fern. I kind of want, I'm gonna sample this. So this is one of those moments, and you've done this before on some of your pieces, but like this is clearly, when you look at it, is clearly a green color in the midst here, but I'm gonna pull my color panel over and just show you. Not green at all. I wonder if this is even, that is actually purple, but like, and even this that looks like blue is actually purple. And these things that look like orange, pretty close to orange, but that green is like a weird red gray.
Yeah, that relative color, man. It's so, relative color is so fascinating to me.
Relative color scares me into not knowing what I'm doing sometimes too, though.
Yeah.
Like, and I have to double check and like try to like, you know, organize exactly what I'm going to use. And sometimes I remember, like, if you're ever trying to insinuate a kind of color in a piece and it's just not really coming through, I think a great thing to try or is just like maybe just remember that sometimes you can use colors which are not the colors. You can use relative colors to suggest something, because I will say that it's opened my eyes to new possibilities. Like if I use like a straight up green and I'm like, I actually hate this green with the red, you know, why does it look so bad next to everything else I chose? Sometimes it's because like you actually need to be using a gray, you know? Trying to decide how I want these ferns to look. And I'm really partial to curly Q ferns, you know? And I think I'm going to be real sketchy with it because I don't think we really have time for like a massive amount of illustration on that front.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing like just like a quick little watercolor wash over everything, just because we have limited time.
You're really good at doing that though. Like I really admire your ability to like do that quick wash, and you're not using like an intricate collection of colors right now, but you're doing it with like such a great understanding of value that you are instantly giving depth to this piece in the way one would hope. And honestly, with your color washes, sometimes I think you could even just leave it like that and it would look finished. Because I don't think you make any, you know, there's no missteps. My color washes are always like, scribble here, maybe I'll come back, you know? But like, I love the values and stuff that you employ when you do this sort of thing.
Yeah, a lot of the credit I have to give is this brush by Kyle Webster. I absolutely love this brush. I've talked about it on the stream before, but you can get it in his mega pack. It's called Natural Brush Painter, or Natural Edge Painter, sorry. And there's 4 different versions of it, but it is so crazy to me. I have no idea how brush making works, and I have no idea why he was able to make a brush that like blends itself like this in Photoshop, but it does. It's not a live brush because this isn't Adobe Fresco, but it's pretty cool because like as you like press harder and lighter, like it, like of course it will be like deeper and less deep, but like it also like blends itself out like the more you use it. Like it's so weird like to just sit here and watch it, and then because it's working on multiply, if you pick your brush up and then put it back down, it actually layers itself as if like paint dried. So
that's amazing.
it works like I mean, it works like watercolor. I actually personally, just because I've been using it so long, I actually prefer this brush to the live brushes to Fresco because
Really?
I'm just so, yeah, I'm just so used to how it works. So yeah, if you guys want to try watercolor brushes, I highly suggest this one.
Yeah, I might have to test that out because I do really like the like it's like a smart brush, you know, like
Yeah.
it's adaptive and really cool. And I will say, like, I'm not super adept at like painting with brushes that react in that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that that could be like maybe a cool introduction to the process for me.
Yeah. I didn't used to either. It was this brush that really introduced me to it.
I'm liking it. Okay, where are we at? We got maybe 4 minutes, and I'm trying to put this little chunkster in here. I'm trying real hard. I'm giving him big eyes and a big head and like a real round body.
Oh, he is very chonk.
He's
I like
super
him.
chonk, yeah.
He almost looks like a little frog statue.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Let's do. Let's give him some little eye shinies. Oh no, I think he might actually be real cute. Oh no, I love him. Oh no,
he looks like a little Pokemon.
Yeah, he does. Oh, he's giving mad Bulbasaur vibes, honestly.
Yes, he does. He's got them Bulbasaur eyes.
Yeah,
definitely.
It's like the Charmander edition of Bulbasaur.
So cute.
And then dare I give him like, yeah, he needs like little feetsies.
Little foots.
Yeah, he's gonna have little legs and stuff. I'll have to just leave it at that, honestly, because we're coming to the end and I don't want to like.
Man.
Yeah. You just went first for a moment there. You went full swipe or no swiping. Like,
Yeah.
oh man.
Yeah. It's deep in the recesses of my mind.
Yeah.
Always.
He's a cute little guy. I think our cute little guys would be friends.
Yeah.
I think that they would be.
They live in terrariums next to each other on the desk.
Yes. They're sort of roommates.
Yeah, they're desk buddies.
Yeah. Desk buds. Okay, well, I think every once in a while my Photoshop, oh, there we go. Every once in a while my Photoshop freezes, and I think it's because maybe I should restart my computer sometimes instead of leaving it on overnight all the time. But it did just catch up with itself. So here are our little guys. I'm gonna do a little full screen.
Our little friends.
Yeah, let me boop boop boop. I think we did a really good job today,
I know.
Cody. I think we did a great job. I'm loving these. I need to finish this little guy. I need to give him like some little spots and stuff too.
Yeah.
And if this is just an underpainting, Cody, I need to see it finished because this is so good already. And I think you should be very proud of what you have created.
Thank you. You should too, Val.
Thanks.
And so should you, chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is another prime example of how Cody and I come together because we love the same things and we draw the same thing, but they are just totally different end products and pieces of work. But this was so much fun. And thank you all so much for joining us. If you would like to send us any artwork that you've created along with our shows, tag us on Instagram. Let us know that you've created some stuff. We do have to take off, but I hope that you folks will stay tuned. I believe Kyle T. Webster is on after us.
Yes.
So we were just talking about Kyle brushes, and if you're in the mood for some more illustration, don't go anywhere because it's coming right up. So yeah. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Cody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.